Check out these 3 retirement scenarios I'm working on. So this is from my forthcoming book, and I got these spreadsheets up here. So what we've done here is we've taken old Diane's sample. She got $1 million in her brokerage account, right? And basically what we're doing is we're running 3 different retirement plans. We're using the 4% rule, so we're adjusting this each and every year with basically a 3% inflation, all right? Then we're going to take, so we're just 4% each and every year, 3% inflation. Then we're going to take, we're going to compare that to a 7.5% initial, all right, amount. That'd be $75,000 the first year. Then we're going to drop it by 3% a year, all right. Then we're going to compare it to a $60,000 or 6% fix. It's just $60,000 the whole time. And let's see which ones had done better in terms of reliability or stability. Actually, well, stability. I don't know. The survivability is probably the better word. I'm cooking some steaks over there, so if you're wondering why I keep looking there, I just want to make sure the heat doesn't get too high. When y'all cook steaks, you cook with the grill down, the cover down, or the cover up? Let me know. I always cook with the cover down. I always wonder if that's the way to go, because it is getting a little bit on the hot end there. I'm trying not to like them get too hot too fast. I like to sear them. This time I'm going to sear them at the end. Let me go check what I got there. Hold on. Fondle the like button. Leave a link down there, or not a link, but leave a comment down there how you cook your steaks. If you've got a gas grill, do you keep the cover down or up? All right, so anyway, let's go into this. So in this case, we got the 4% rule. You can see Diane's going to spend a total of 1.9 million schmackaroonies. All right. She lives 30 years. She has a 59% probability. If we're running, I want to show you what the rate of return is. If we have a 5.5% rate of return plus a 10.5% standard deviation. All right, so running these Monte Carlo scenarios, essentially assuming to be 31 minus 5, so a 28% downside risk with a 38% upside potential as well. So that's what we're running here. So the same rates of return as standard deviations for all 3. So if she lives till she's 90, she only has a 59% probability of success. If she lives till she's 76, she has if she lives till she's 85, she has a 76% probability of success. And her total spending there is 1.9 million. And if she lives till she's 90, she'll have a median left of 106. So 50% of the time she has less than $100,000. 50% of the time she has more. All right, for the $1 million time. Some guy said, Josh, not all of very few of your clients have $1 million. Dude, how do you not recognize this? It's all based on percentages. I'm just using $1 million. It could be 100,000. Just like some guy said, just divide by 10, dude. It's literally that simple. We're just trying to, I don't get it. I've never understood. I've been doing this for so long. I've never understood, oh, it must be nice to have $1 million. I'm like, oh my goodness. So if you don't have $1 million, you just put 100,000 there. So in this case, she has 100,000. She still has the same probabilities if we're taking 4,000 a year as opposed to 40,000 a year. It just, come on, man. And she'll still leave, in this case, at 10,600 or 29,700. All right. Oh, very, very frustrating to me. Because it's like, I mean, I've said this a million times. Look, I don't get people to watch all the videos, but just think, man. I'll take the comment. Comment helps me with the YouTube, but think. All right. Anyway, so now, if she dies at 85, she has a median of 297, about a third of what she started with. All right, let's keep going here. All right, now if she dies at 85, she'll spend, where was it? I had it on there, $1.45 million. All right, so now we're going to do again, reverse RMD. I got to think of a better thing for that, but still, 7.5% a year. So she's taking, instead of taking 40,000 a year out, she's taking 75,000, 72, 70, 68, 66, 64. And you can see it's not until year 11, year 11, where the 4% rule actually spends more than what she did with my reverse RMD scenario, if that makes sense. So 75,000, 72,000. Now you're coming down here, she's only spending $31,000, but she's 90 years old. So the question is, how much does she actually need? I don't know. Is 31,000 not going to be enough? I don't know. But I mean, you can see right here, she's 81 years old, 20 years in retirement, before she has the same amount of money she did when she started out. And this is my whole premise, man. This is when we're trying to have fun. We're not trying to have fun so much down here. We're trying to have fun here. This is where we want to spend the money. So we're saying just spend less, spend less, spend less. And given these small rates of return projections, you can see she still has a 67% probability of having money when she dies, and a 74% probability of having money when she dies at 85. All right. Now she only ends up spending 1.5 million compared to 1.9 million. Why does she spend so much less? because she's only spending 31, 32 down here, where the 4% rule, she's spending 93 three times. And that might not be as realistic as I'd like. I'd like this to be a higher amount because that is pretty low. But I just want to kind of point that out. Here, with an inflation amount, she's spending $94,000. Here, with a reverse inflation amount, she's spending a third of that. Now, again, the issue here is there any evidence that her spending is going to go up each and every year with inflation? There just isn't any evidence for that. So this is extraordinary in terms of this idea that we need 4%. Start out low and you'll spend each and every year with inflation. This is extraordinary. That's a little bit too low for me. So I kind of don't like that, but still, I like the premise though. So then a guy posted on my YouTube, well, if you just take a fixed amount and then essentially inflation will reduce the amount that it worth. 100%, man. So 60,000 buy 60,000 worth of goods today. 60,000 will buy 60,000 minus 3% worth of goods tomorrow, so such and such. So in this case, it's again, same rates of return, 5.5%, 10.5% standard deviation. She'll spend $1.8 million. And she has a 54% probability of success until she's 90 years old. And she has a 67% probability of success until she's 85. So a lower probability on both than both the scenarios for the 4% rule, and as well as the 7.5% drop as well. But this is interesting because here we're kind of splitting the difference a little bit. We're saying 60,000 a year and 60,000 a year in 2054. Well, obviously 60,000 in 2025 won't buy the same amount of 60,000 in 2054. That's the point, though. That's the point. And by the time 2039, so we're 15 years into retirement before the 4% rule takes over the 60,000. So that's pretty interesting to me. You start with a fixed amount and don't even adjust it, let inflation to reduce it for you in terms of your purchasing power. And I'm smoking. All right, hold on a sec. Very interesting. So my next video I'll do is we're going to do a lower rate of return, 4.5% rate of return compared to 5.5%, but we're going to lower the standard deviation to 4%. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to do a higher rate of return. We're going to go back to I think I have an 8% or a 7%. I can't remember. What do I have up here for Diane? I think I have a 7% rate of return with that same standard deviation. Yeah, 7% with that same standard deviation. So hang tight. Fondle the like button and let me know about your stakes. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts.